Now at 11, a KGW weather impact alert continues as part of the Oregon coast looks like this, and the rain is not over just yet. Plus,
and we're going to need to evacuate like now.
Where a rapidly rising river forced campers to quickly pack up and leave. And
it's overflowing on the driveway, it's in the yard, it's in our basement.
Portlanders scramble to fill up sandbags to protect their homes as creeks overflow their banks. And we are taking a live look over the Willamette through downtown Portland tonight. Definitely still raining out there, but it is slowing down. We have live team coverage. Let's start things off with Chief Meteorologist Matt Zafino for a look at what's still to come. Matt.
Hey, Christine, thanks very much. The rainfall rates have really backed off. And you may have noticed if you've been outside, it's really warmed up. First of all, look at the flag down there. It is basically just straight on out. The winds southwest at 14, but the gusts have been higher. And look, we're at 58 degrees. That's our warmest temperature the entire day happening now. You see on the radar, though, we've got really not that much rain over the Portland area. As I look outside, it's been kind of a light mist or drizzle for most of the evening. Heavier rain farther north, but the weather impact alert continues mainly for the wind. It's going to be staying windy as we go through the nighttime hours and through tomorrow as well. We have a wind advisory, so that means the threat of landslides and debris flows and trees coming down is still there, and there are still areas of high water as well, even though our rainfall has really backed off compared to 24 hours ago. You can see there's some drying happening over Portland, but still raining in the Cascades and raining up to the north. That's where the heaviest rain will be, as well north in Washington, up in the Puget Sound. Even Clark County, Cowlitz County should begin to get a break from the rain as the atmospheric rivers push north. Look at our rainfall forecast here. Hardly anything for Portland through tomorrow night. So we're doing quite well, and the amounts farther north have backed way off. Now the forecast only half an inch or so at Kelso, and the amounts up in western Washington, while still healthy, not the 6 inches or so we were seeing earlier in the day by the forecast model. So for us, showers, we'll get some dry time tomorrow too in the middle part of the day. It will stay windy. It'll stay warm as well. So we'll be watching that very carefully. When you look at these winds here, gusting to about 25 miles an hour. So they're not outrageously strong, but strong enough with the saturated soils that we still have that threat of tree limbs and trees coming down. That, of course, means there's also a threat of power outages. Back to you.
Yeah, appreciate you keeping an eye on things. Thank you, Matt. And check out this drone video from Tillamook on the coast, one of the hardest hit areas in Oregon. This is flying over the downtown area. Wow. Where you can see several streets covered in feet of water earlier today. Tonight, Highway 6 is still closed at 101, and some of the farmland around the town is flooded as well. This is a look at where the Trask River overflowed into fields. The Trask hit 16.5 feet today, which is minor flood stage. And first responders on the coast saw people trying to drive through the floodwaters, at least some of them today, which they say not only puts the driver in danger, but also creates hazards for others on the road.
The underpass where the railroad trestle is, a person drove into that and they actually floated all the way through. And made it to the other side, but they abandoned their car that was full of water and just walked away.
So earlier today, we also saw a landslide near Lincoln City that took a while to clean up because more debris just kept falling into the road. And to southeast Portland now, people living close to Johnson Creek watched nervously today as the water rose. Our Alma McCarty is live along the Willamette tonight, where water levels also rose throughout the day. Alma.
Yeah, Christine, here on the waterfront, the Willamette is not expected to flood. However, there was that sewer overflow earlier today when the big pipe hit 100% capacity. And of that overflow, 80% of it was stormwater and another 20% was sewage. Not great for the Willamette out here, but is to be expected during some of these big storms. And while it is no longer at capacity, there are Portlanders who are still living along creeks and other bodies of water who have flooding concerns tonight. At Lentz Park,
sandbags help a lot.
Portlanders taking steps to prevent further flooding.
There's been people here throughout the day getting bags and stuff.
Roscoe Herrera, one of several, loading up his truck with free sandbags from the city.
My mother has a driveway that goes down, and sometimes the drain doesn't work properly, And if it's a lot of rain, it takes a long time, so we don't need it going into the basement or nothing.
Unfortunately, some, like Chia Cha,
We're off on Foster.
are already dealing with that headache.
It's overflowing on the driveway, it's in the yard, it's in our basement.
His East Portland home backing up to Johnson Creek. The levels here higher than many have seen in quite a while.
I think maybe about 12 or 13, 12, so many years ago. It's been a long time since we've had this much water.
A short break in the rain allowed families to fill up.
Oh, they weigh about 20 pounds or more. It's more than a sack of sugar, I'll tell you that.
They're hoping this will do the trick to handle another round of rain. And for folks still seeking out sandbags, there is still plenty of sand over at Lentz Park. And on the west side, there is also a spot you can get these sandbags at Gabriel Park. Christine, back to you.
Yeah, really feeling for the people who are dealing with all this fallout. Thank you, Alma. Meantime, in West Lynn, this large tree fell across some lines and the road earlier today, knocking out electricity to hundreds of people. It happened at 7th Street and Willamette Falls Drive. Tonight, PGE has restored power here, and there are only a few dozen outages spread out across the rest of the metro right now. Okay, heading to Southwest Washington, where we're seeing flooding in several spots. The Kalama River started spilling its banks yesterday, and by this morning, people at the Kalama RV Park were racing to get their trailers out.
Decided I better take a drive through the neighborhood, and I saw it looked like a river running through here, so I hooked everything up, hooked up my trailer to my truck and got it up on the main road out here, and was able to move it to another park.
We also saw water over roads in Castle Rock and in the Longview, Kelso area. Public Works officials expect flooding to continue over the next few days as rain that fell further north flows through the area. Longview also opened a severe weather shelter tonight that can accommodate up to 60 people. And just a little further north in Lewis County, Washington, the Nowacum River overflowed its banks. At least 5 cars got stuck on a road that runs under I-5 in Napavine. Fortunately, everyone made it out safely. Firefighters also had to use boats and a retired military vehicle to rescue 7 people and several pets from a neighborhood nearby. Back closer to Portland, heavy rain left its mark on the east and west sides as flooding caused evacuations and also forced some road closures. Catherine Cook spent the evening catching up with people who made it out of the mess. And Catherine, it looks like that includes a camper.
Yeah, Christina, while it doesn't feel like ideal camping weather, she was excited to get out into nature, having lived in Alaska and knowing she'd packed all the right gear. Even so, she couldn't contend with a rising river.
Well, yep, that's me. Being evacuated by the Rangers.
Christine Blackwelder didn't want to leave Oxbow Campground Tuesday morning, but she knew better than to stay.
When a ranger tells you what to do, you definitely listen.
Christine had been camping along the Sandy River since Sunday. She says the weather was actually pretty nice until it wasn't.
Last night, it just poured. I think we got like 3+ inches.
And then the river rose, muddy, white-capped, and eventually spilling over the park entrance road. She says the park ranger woke her up, told her to evacuate, and within 10 minutes, she was packed and gone.
I got some pillows, some blankets, some food, some snacks, pretty much everything I need just chaotically thrown in my truck.
In Beaverton, crews closed 149th and Southwest Division due to flooding from Johnston Creek. Nancy Megan lives right on the corner and says it used to be worse.
Back in the olden days, before they put the culvert in, I used to have waterfront property.
By Tuesday evening, a break in the rain let floodwaters recede, leaving just a few puddles. But Megan says in the morning, drivers would have done better to heed the closure.
A woman went through with a hybrid car, and she got through, but then her car died when she got out of the high water because it was so wet. So it's not smart. It's not smart at all.
Back in East County, being smart was Christine Blackwelder's goal. She'll be back another time.
It's always important to be safe, and so I'm glad that they came and let me know that it's time to go.
Good for her. And before she left, Christine tells us Oxbow Campground refunded the rest of her stay and even the firewood she'd bought. Christine, back to you.
Yeah, that's great. And you know what? Heeding warnings and signs, so important. Thank you, Catherine. To stay on top of the latest forecasts and weather impacts, you can text the word weather to the number on your screen, 503-226-5088, and we'll send you right over a link to our coverage on KGW.com. Let's get you caught up now on tonight's other headlines. A man was shot and killed in Portland's Hazelwood neighborhood tonight. It happened on Southeast 139th Avenue near Mill Street just before 5:30. Police aren't releasing any details yet and say no one's been arrested. And some students at Corbett High School walked out of class today after sexually explicit AI-generated images of a student were apparently shared online. A parent sent us these photos of the walkout, and the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office confirmed an investigation is underway. Students said they felt school administrators weren't handling the incident appropriately, but the Sheriff's Office says administrators notified them on Saturday about those images. Investigators say the pictures have since been deleted, and they're working to determine if anyone will face charges. Finally, tonight, the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office misidentified a person involved in a police shooting last week. They now say the suspect in the case who was shot and injured is Cabral Matthew Evans. That's different from the name they released yesterday. Evans is accused of charging at deputies with an axe before he was shot 3 times. He was in the hospital in critical condition at last check. The 2 deputies who shot him are on paid leave while an investigation plays out.